I completed 8 seasons as the team principal of McLaren in F1 Manager 2022, and this is what happened. We had another crazy season with a shocking championship winner, and like always I will be going over the 2029 standings and tell you how much points, podiums and wins each driver got, and all of the driver transfers. I also decided to go over the rules and regulations. So starting with the point scoring system, we still use the normal 25 point scoring systems, but you also get a point for pole position, fastest lap, and the last race of the season is double points. We only get 4 gearboxes, 3 engines and 2 ERS systems for the season. This is the CFD testing limits, and this is the wind tunnel time. The cost cap is 141.2 million, and like always the season objective is to be the constructors champions. This is my staff. As you can see, I have taken some of the Mercedes and Ferrari staff, and my reserve driver is Richard for sure. But let's go to the 2029 standings. The only driver without a point is Nicholas Latifi. He will be staying at AlphaTauri. Yuki Tsunoda finished in P19. He scored 3 points in the Haas and will be staying at the team. Moving on to P18, we have Logan Sargent. He got 4 points in the AlphaTauri, but he will be joining Alpine for the 2030 season. Zane Maloney is the next driver on this list. He also scored 4 points and will be staying at Aston Martin for next season. Last season's best driver, Kevin Magnussen, scored 8 points in the Alfa Romeo, and like I predicted, he's retiring from F1. In P15, we have Antonio Giovinazzi. The Italian driver scored 12 points and is also retiring from F1. Oscar Piastri finished in P14. He scored 19 points in the Alfa Romeo and will be staying at the team. Moving on to P13, we have Theo Poche. He scored 26 points in the Haas and will be staying at his team. Lance Stroll finished in P12. He scored 38 points and will once again be racing for Alfa Romeo next season. Going to P11, and the first driver of a podium, we have Zhou Guanyu. He was racing alongside Charles Leclerc in the Williams, but decided to leave the team and join Mercedes. Zhou scored 55 points and a podium. Now going to the top 10. In 10th place, we have Esteban Ocon. He scored 128 points and 3 podiums and was replaced by Mercedes, so he will be joining Williams for next season. Alex Albon finished in P9. He scored 131 points and a podium and will be staying at Alpine. I'm so close to 1000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. It will only take a second and you can always unsubscribe later. But going to P8, we have Pierre Gasly. He scored 139 points and a podium in the Ferrari and will be staying there for next season. Going to P7, we have George Russell. He scored 182 points and 8 podiums and will be staying at Mercedes. Max Verstappen finished in P6. He was P4 going into the final race, but he had a bad race. He scored 121 points and 7 podiums and is staying at Red Bull, but he is in contract negotiations for the 2031 season. The next driver on this list is Carlos Sainz. He finished in P5, scoring 224 points, 5 podiums and 2 wins in the Red Bull. He will be staying at the team and might even be their first driver next season, since he's the first driver in more than a decade to win Max Verstappen in the same car. Going to P4, we have Lando Norris. He scored 226 points, 8 podiums and a single victory and will be staying at Ferrari, racing alongside Pierre Gasly next season. The top 3 was Charles Leclerc, Mick Schumacher and Nick de Vries, and it's pretty impressive seeing Leclerc in the top 3 since his teammate finished in P11. But in 3rd place with 253 points, 11 podiums and 3 wins, we have Mick Schumacher. He struggled a bit in the first season, having great race pace but struggled a lot in qualifying. He only outqualified de Vries once for the entire season. And now going to 2nd place with 282 points, 7 podiums and 4 wins, we have Charles Leclerc. He was probably the best driver this season, finishing in P2 with the 5th fastest car, and the 2029 world champion is Nick de Vries. He had an insanely good season, scoring 410 points, 14 podiums and 12 wins, and will be staying at McLaren for next season. This is the constructors standings. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and I will see you again in the next video.